get this going. I'll start right now, I guess. I'm doing another take because the first one was really bad on so many levels. And actually, I needed to do a lot of talking in game, and I didn't talk enough stuff about a lot of the stuff before game that I could have talked about, which I'm going to do right now. Um, this is me commentating on my own run, the world record run. I'm going to be doing. Um, it's pretty much me going to be doing a commentary plus getting the time without loads in shop. So it's going to be the actual game time, well, real time, but without the loads. Because it takes time to load up the game, and that's going to be different for every computer and all that shit. So, what am I going to go over now before I start? Let me see, let me get this going. I want to turn down the volume on the actual thing itself, which it is. Okay. So, what I want to go over now is a few things that is just kind of throughout the run, just some of the physics. I'll be leaning forward a lot to grab keys to open doors. And to grab gold, just grab keys, grab gold, and open doors to make it a little quicker. That's some of the things you'll kind of see where it looks kind of weird, you just leaning forward. The mantling's a little bit weird, so what I normally do when I mantle is I back off just a tiny bit from the ledge instead of hugging up right on it, and then I'll mantle up it. I'll talk more about in game when certain parts come up, like what's hard, what's not hard. Like, it took me 2 hours to get this key, the factory key, which is the fastest one. It's one of 9 keys. It's literally RNG, the like only RNG in the game. The only other RNG that I found was after about maybe like 8 to 10 seconds of a guard pathing. When he's investigating, he'll go off into some, a random investigation after that, and that doesn't really matter at that point because you're already past him. So most of the game, the only RNG is pretty much the frickin' eavesdropping. Let's just go with that. I did that for about an hour and a half because I don't know, I had enough time. I have too much time on my fucking hands, I guess. And I did that. So I'm not going to be reading chat a whole lot or not answering a whole lot unless I actually have time. Because there's actually a lot of stuff I missed on the last commentary, or I got it later on. So I'll kind of go over stuff. I'll be talking pretty fast, and I got to make sure I get my times done. Is there anything else I need to go over right now? I don't think so, really. I guess we'll just kind of get started, I guess, and just kind of go from there. But I think I got everything I need to get that's kind of been said. So we'll get this started. And then, yeah, I'll just start the commentary, I guess. Alright. Need to see if this works. Give me a sec. Okay, that's working, which is good. And I'll go, actually, real quick second. This game came out in 2000. I first started playing it in, it was off and on for a while. And this is the first game I sped run. And then I did 100% secrets and loots on expert, and then I decided to do this one because I got a hold of the community. Oh, that's another thing, that's right. And just shout outs to the Thief 2 community. They were a lot of help for me, just helped me out with a bunch of different stuff. I feel like I bugged the shit out of them. I asked a lot of questions, but they were really nice and really patient. So go to speedrun.com, check out the other runners too if you like this video, and watch theirs. Everybody has actually added something to the run. Everybody that's better in the game has added their own something to the run to make it quicker, which has been pretty cool. Alright, let's get this started. Okay. Oh, I didn't. Hold on. Give me a second. I gotta start from 0. Because I gotta... Hang on. I'm gonna add 0.43 seconds to the end of this run because that's what Jake did on his when he did his little load. It was 0.43 seconds when he hit continue. Then he started it at the next continue. Anyways, I look down right there at the door because that's pretty much what you need to do to kind of open that door further away. The key to the door makes the guards kind of investigate a certain way so you don't get body blocked here. One of them might possibly do it, but it's a lot less likely chance. With this blackjack right here, you hit the blackjack in the top right corner. It alerts Genevieve. You have to lean into the door when you do it. Sometimes I can do it where I want in that corner. Sometimes it won't let me, and I restart the game, and it'll kind of let me do it right anywhere. All in all, there's three guards that kind of body block you all together. I just knocked one of them out. The other one wasn't there, and there was another one that was behind me that came after me. All right, let me do the pause thing real quick. I got to remember to do all this. I don't want to do this again. It's just done it too many times. I'm really bad with all this stuff. Okay. Just really bad with everything right now. All right, so this level is pretty cool. If you mantle up too far away from the ladders, when you go to mantle up that, you'll actually fall off. So you can actually be on the ladder but too far away. That one I like dropping in that area to make it nice and smooth for the gold. If you're too close to the wall right there, you're going to hit the chair and you won't grab on the actual ledge to where you grab that gold and drop off. I'm trying to kind of go quick with this. I'm trying to do two things at once with this. Right here, right when that door de-highlights, I hit the key. I look at it at a certain angle, and right when it de-highlights, hit the key and it opens. That's what I do there. That's my visual cue, is when that door stops highlighting. Gold in here, leaning forward on that stairs to lean forward to hit the switch. Guard here. Funny with that, before I grab that diamond gem inside that warehouse, up the stairs, sometimes when I lean forward, I'll kind of get screwed over and it'll throw me off over to the other side. Opening that door from the inside, of course, saves about a couple of seconds. That's what the inside lock looks like when I open it from the outside. You can actually open it from the outside, as you saw from the first door, and then this upcoming door. You can actually grab this gold from underneath. I don't know if it's faster or not. It might be about the same time or maybe a little bit slower. So this one, same thing. Wait for the door to de-highlight. Actually, I try not to highlight it at first, but sometimes it does. Don't mantle up that, just jump over that. Let me do this real quick, hang on, before I talk about. Okay. So that door, I tend to look a little bit more up, so I force myself to look down more on the second door I open from the outside. This trick right here, use an invis potion, then use a slow fall. The slow fall, what it does is it allows you to jump a little bit higher to grab onto the light. I don't even need to look at it anymore because I just go off of like feel, because I've done it so many friggin' times. Like I've grinded so many hours. That gate right there, you can actually open further away from the gate. Like if you lean forward and you're not touching the gate, you can still open it because the highlight is the frob is so large. Opening that door to save a little bit of time. There's a drunk guard there. Invis potion, lean forward to open the door, grab the handkerchief, grab the guard's key, grab the other key, out you go. Going in front of the guard is optimal. It sometimes can be hard to do. Like I said, I've grinded a lot of hours in this game, even though I haven't played it for a long time. I've been spending a lot of days. Whatever days I spent on it, it's been a lot of time. Okay, so I grab the lean forward, do that. I grab the handkerchief. I make a little circle here to grab the crown, grab that. You can actually, as you see, as I grab that last, ring, that I can actually almost come almost on the way out a little bit. I start kind of making my way out to grab it. So, all right, I'm gonna try to. Okay, so right here, lean forward, hit R to drop, throw that in there to make sure it goes in there. I open this door, which is good. Lean forward for the other door. I jump and switch to the direction to save time, no losing momentum. Sneak through those guards, open that door, and then boom, I'm good. And the reason why I grabbed that gold is for later for eavesdropping. So, hang on. Shit, okay, that's fine. I fucked that one up last time. I fucked a few of them up trying to try to do this. Anyways, so right here, try to drop down at a ideal spot. Sometimes I drop too far away from the wall, and I lose a tiny bit of time. This jump used to get me a lot. You have to jump at a certain spot, and you have to land on a certain spot. Holding W and A, of course, or W and D, I'm sorry. That's what I don't know which way, I don't know. One of them. You can do either one. Whatever works. This next jump can be sometimes tricky. I've only missed it a few times recently. I usually just double jump there, and usually I just jump over that bridge onto there. I can usually save a little bit more time. Flashbang those guards so they don't come after me. Guard right there apparently doesn't see me because he's an idiot. I don't know why. He clearly sees me. Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe Garrett's just that stealthy. All right, so going into Garrett's house. This is very. This used to trigger the shit out of me. So right there, I grabbed a speed potion. The gold is straight down from there, and then the key's over to like the straight side. The key's easy. Speed potion's the hardest. I grabbed it first try there. Um, it's up and kind of like to the right a little bit. There's like a certain area that I go to visually, and then I go straight down, a tiny bit to the left for the purse, and then over to the key. There's actually a faster way to get into Garrett's house. Is just don't crouch, stay uncrouched, open the door. Jake, I saw Jake do that in his run, and then he just does that, and then he goes in the closet. Getting out, you have to kind of stay near the shutter, between the shutter and the bed. Okay, this trick right here. Use a speed potion, drop off a little bit at a certain angle. You have to hold W and A there, which I did to not fall off the roof, and then there you go. Um, and then I did go out of bounds, which I didn't explain too well. Hold on. You pretty much use a rope arrow to go out of bounds, drop down, lose a little bit of health. You can't hear anything. Then you go back around, shoot the rope arrow, go back in the map, and use that little trick, and then there you go. This one is eavesdropping, where the key is 1 of 9 keys. We have like literally 5.5 minutes. So I'm just gonna talk about whatever to right now, whatever I need to talk about. The gold that we picked up on framed, we picked up the crown, the crown and the 2 rings, the 325. That was in ambush, and then you pick that up in the closet to pick up on. To pick up in the closet to use on eavesdropping. Sorry, and Kribby was the one who thought of that. Like I said, every single person has found a way to save some time on this. That guard usually doesn't attack me right there. Like, he kind of got really close. I think there's only one time. But I usually just kill him after he opens the Acolyte's doors, because it just makes it easier. You can kill him wherever, but the door's open, so I was like, screw it. If I get an Acolyte key, just do that way. So that's what I've been doing. The light is just not really a big deal. You don't even need to do the light off. So, like, literally, we're just going to be sitting here for 5.5 minutes. Did I miss anything so far, anything? I would say the first level, the blackjack was kind of hard for me to do at first, because I didn't really understand how to do it. So it took me a few times to kind of, well, not a few times, it took me a little bit to kind of get that down against the door, not knowing I had to lean into the door to actually make sure the blackjack noise went through the door. And then, just practicing. It's practice makes permanent. After that, shipping and receiving. That was another tough one with the keys. Like I said, you have to get my visual cue is I go to a certain angle when I'm going inside that first door from like right when I go inside the building. I go to a certain angle. I use W and D, and I get to a point where right when the door de-highlights, I click the key and it opens, and then I just do it that way. The second one is similar, but I look down a little bit further, and I hug the wall as close as possible. I look down to a certain point, get to a certain angle, and then I hit the button and it opens. Sometimes it's hard to consistently get that down. Shipping is a fun one though. I don't know, it's fun. The first one is not too bad, but I try to get my time down to a really good time for the first one, so I overplayed that one, so that one's kind of boring to me now. Framed is pretty fun. I mean, all the missions are fun. Some of them are a little bit more hectic than others, I guess. With the more guards you add into it. Oh, what's up, Buzzy? How's it going? I'm trying. Actually, I can talk right now. But after I get done with the eavesdropping key and stuff, I'll probably not be talking too much, because I actually did not realize how much I was going to be commentating on this game during this run. What else was I going to say? Yeah, if anybody, like I said, I'm going to say this again. If anybody likes this run, check out speedrun.com. There's Kribby. There's Jake. Socrates. It's not Socrates, it's Socrates. Johnson. And then, I mean, there's one Jin. Pretty much everybody that's run it. Even Psychosis, the newer guy, he found out something to do to where the speed potion glitch works at a little bit later spot on Sabotage, so it saves a few seconds. So, like, every single person who's played the game so far has found something to save time. So go check them out on speedrun.com if you like the video, if you like the runs, if you like Thief 2. There's also other people that if you like Thief 2 in general, to check them out too. One person I know of in particular, Um, let's see. I gotta find out his name. But he does really good Thief 2 fan missions. And let me see what his name is. Let me find it out real quick. You guys have any questions right now, feel free to say anything, whatever you want to do. Oh boy, no, I don't want to hear myself. Okay, we're good. Rick McKnight, that's what his name is. I used to watch him all the time. He hasn't been streaming right now because it's summer for him, so he's kind of just doing his own thing. But he does really good Thief 2 fan missions. I used to watch a lot of his VODs, and just the fan missions are really good. There's only a few fan missions that I found a little too trolly for me, kind of triggered me a little bit, but even those ones are still kind of fun to play. So it's cool. Those are cool. What else is there? We still got a few more, about like another minute or something. I'm not sure how much time we have. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, what else can I talk about right now besides all this stuff? Not a whole lot. Like I said, I'm gonna be talking a lot when this once it gets rolling again. Because like I said, the first commentary, this is my second one ever. The first one I don't think it went great because I need to start commentating on stuff as it's happening as opposed to like slacking off, and as I'm passing it, I'm talking about other stuff still, which I was doing. So, yeah, I don't know all this stuff in depth, but I know it enough to realize what's going on. Jake knows all this stuff a lot more in depth than I do, so he knows it very well. Okay, so I got a factory key. I was actually kind of nervous here because I was like, okay, don't screw this up because I screwed the other ones up. This is like the third one I got in like 3 or 4 days, I think. And this took me 2 hours to get. Use the Invis Potion right there. Factory key's right there. What I want to do is, that robot, if he was a little bit further, would have screwed me over. Get the mold. What I want to do is drop the factory key right when I can drop it and use the speed potion instantly to save to make it most effective, and I'll tell you why, because I'm going to be going on the roof, and if I would have used it later, what would have happened was I would have flew out over onto the grass or something like that. I try to knock this guard out, or try not to get her to notice me at all, which she ended up doing, which you'll find out in a second. She actually shoots an arrow at that door, which normally can screw me over, depending on where this other guard is, so I'm glad that didn't happen, so there she is. You can actually grab that chest up there without actually even looking at it. I went a little too high. There's a lot of little things I know that I can do better with, but it's just like I said, it's just kind of just grinding out and practicing. I drop off there, try to go down at a certain angle, certain momentum to go on top of the pulp instead of mantling up it, to grab all that gold in there, and then I'm done, and now I leave. So a few extra pieces of gold after that, So nothing too crazy for that. Okay. This right here, so this is the first, if you use a fire arrow and a mine or 2 fire arrows, you can actually blow open doors, metal doors, that is. That's an unintended glitch. Usually you can do that with wooden doors and stuff like that, which actually doesn't even take 2. I try to knock out that, the guard, the melee guard, I guess the sword guard, she's swordsman, and I drop 2 mines for the bot. Sometimes the bot doesn't die. Sometimes the humans don't die. It depends. Let me explain this real quick, and then I'll go back to the guards, the mines. So I have to mantle up here at a certain point, grab this crate, make sure I don't fall down there, and then drop off. Okay, going back to this. I try to knock out the swordsman. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Drop the 2 mines for the bot. Sometimes the bot will die. Sometimes the bot's bomb will blow up the mines and nothing happens and no one dies. Or sometimes the guard or the swordsman or the archer will die. Or sometimes, which in this case right here, the robot, the mech bot, and the swordsman die because they're both near the explosion. Leaning forward, opening that. The vulnerable spot here for the camera is right under it. I just like turning it around just because I want to try to get in that area as soon as possible. Hit the 3 switches, get all of them done, all of them out, to open the bank vault, and then now we go upstairs. My internet is a little laggy here. It's usually pretty stable for where I'm at right now. When I used to play my old runs, the Karis bot, the small one you just saw, would body block the shit out of me when I was slow as shit. So these runs are normally depending on if how fast or slow you are will dictate where stuff is, and then you kind of get screwed from there. Um, and then making sure on the way back it's a little bit easier, but making sure not to drop down the mech bot almost body block me, or the Karis bot body block me, but don't fall down between the crates. Okay, here I go off into this spot. Let me see if anybody said anything. Okay, so right here I realized, like I said, the swordsman's dead and the robot's dead. The archer dead would have been best. Well, the mech bot, then the archer, then the swordsman. The swordsman, normally if they body block you, they'll move out of the way. Hit that. I'll mantle up on this elevator, and then I'll get to a certain point. And then when I see that, I'll hit the button because it's highlighted, and then jump. And I could probably save a little bit more time there by jumping a little bit sooner. But yeah, so with the archers, oh, right, that ladder, by the way, sometimes I used to fall down, so I have to go over a little to the right side. Like I said at the very beginning of this, go to the little right side, and then mantle, and then jump and go to the left side to mantle up that little area. So the archer was there, hit me once, threw a flashbang here, threw a rope arrow up there, jump, threw a flashbang up here for the robot. That area is actually outside the bank, and then you're done. So give me 1 second. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So archers, when they body block you, you're kind of screwed if it's like a doorway because you have to be out of the line of sight for them to do that. That rope arrow right there, I'm a little slow. I was scared I was going to miss it. I hit the archer out. I jump up that like really steep ramp, open the door late as possible to try to knock out that bowman. Stop here. I used only one arrow, which was crazy. Normally I use two. I very slightly pull back on the arrow, by the way. Very slightly pull back on the arrow to make sure that, and I try to aim more towards the bottom to make those doors open, because sometimes those doors will not open at all. Close the doors on some of the guards so those other guards don't come after me. Grabbing that gold right there, the statue, opening this door and grabbing that like golden like pot or whatever the hell it is, the vase, is crucial to not getting body blocked in the next part. I should have gone around the other way. Actually, it didn't really matter, to be honest. Grab Benny's purse before he gets alerted, because the key, and I knocked her out in the dark to grab her key. The key and the purse, you get those as soon as possible. I don't care. If you can wait, if the guard with the key is further away, great. Then grab the gold first, like coins. But if she's coming up close on you and the other guards are gaining on you, like if she's by the fireplace, just grab the key first, go back for the gold later, because you're going to fail the mission if you don't. Open the door with the key. This was one gen save, which saves you like 20 seconds. Going up there, I can actually can be a little more optimized. By the way, my mantling wasn't the best. What else is there? Ugh. And then there's not a bunch of guards on you, so you get to go the fast way out too. So, on my very first run I did this, from compared to my old ones, it was like 19.2 seconds saved. I was like, holy shit. And then I close this door, and then that gate normally sometimes is not or is open, but it depends on the patrolling, that guy right there, the patrolling guard. So you can lose some time off of that. Oh, let me do this. I'm doing pretty good with this. Okay, I'm doing pretty good with the times. I haven't screwed anything up yet. I just have to remember to add 0.43 seconds to the final time, which is the very start from what's it called? Oh my gosh, running interference. Sorry, a little bit of lag here again due to my internet. I've actually lowered my bit rate because that's mainly the problem. Mosley, you follow Mosley. If you shoot the water arrow there, she won't stop for about 7 seconds, investigate, and kind of walk. It'll alert her, and she'll just keep moving. I threw the 2 scouting orbs because the less shit I have in my inventory, the better off I am. That's how I see it as. And then you just memorize. There's hotkeys with like certain things, like health potions, speed potions, flash bombs, keys, or not keys, pick locks. So what I'll end up doing is if I need a key or if I need a certain item that's near an item that is hotkeyed, I'll go there, then I'll go 1, 2, 3 up or 1, 2 down or whatever it is. So right now this is kind of like eavesdropping. You're just kind of more relaxed, taking a break at this point. There's not a whole lot going on right now. This used to kind of scare me before because I didn't make sure, oh, is Mosley going to get alerted, blah, blah, blah. I've never had problems with this mission after a certain point. I've never had any problems at all more recently. Um, let's see what else is there. Yeah, overall the run's doing really good. Oh, the reason why I think I did better is because I got literally it's called a pro gaming keyboard. Surprisingly enough, it has faster response time, so it actually helps me a lot more. That's why I think I got the times I've gotten. Also got a gaming like a really a better gaming mouse. Like so both together was like $130 for both. The keyboard I bought a little while back on sale, and then the mouse I bought recently because my other mouse was going out. So um, there's another drunk guard, by the way. The first one was in frame. Second one was in blackmail. The third one's on this one, courier. I think there's one in party. I'm not sure if there's more than four though. There probably is. I forgot. There's four that I know of off the top of my head though. You don't need to grab the gold here. It's just for shits, I guess. Um, what else is there? You're just following Mosley. You're just taking a different route. I think there's a few ways you can go, but it doesn't really matter which way you go. Um, yeah, that one drunk guard is not hard to hit. Like it kind of seems kind of scary going by Mosley, like behind Mosley, and kind of almost kind of behind that guard, that drunk guard that I knocked out. But it's not really that bad. Just try to stay on the far side, like hugging like the bar or whatever. Okay, this next part, here we go. So this next part, right when she drops it, you can grab the letter just like that before it hits the ground, and it highlights. You grab that invis potion, use the speed potion. I jumped the first time, don't jump the second time, to try to save some time. Jake thought of the invis potion right there. Um, there's some stuff I know where people use the invis potion here so he doesn't see you because it will time you out. Jump on here, straight to up there, over, and we're done with this mission right now, right about now. Okay, so what I was going to say was there's some tricks I don't know who made up, other ones I do, so I'll try to say, if I remember who did what, then I'll remember, I'll say it. And, yeah, so that, I'm trying doing like bunny hopping down if you do bunny hopping down stuff, you can actually get momentum, save time. I jump from one side to the other without trying to get in the water as much as possible. Crouch, grab that, because when you crouch, you have a more range, I guess, the highlight. Try to knock that guy out, or at the very least, just sneak by him like I just did. He barely body blocked me. Sometimes he won't even do it at all. Most of the time, I just get the barely body blocking, which actually saves time, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive. I never timed it out, but it seems logical. There's a visual cue for me here to go on that step, to go up there, to grab the frickin' potion, to out I go. This can be a little tricky. You have to hit W and A, jump at a certain time to make it over the other side. I realize you can knock that guy out from the front. If I have lower health, I will not do that. If I have that much health, I'm like, okay, I'll do it. It's not really too risky. Grab the slow fall, which we'll use later. Walk up the side. If you use W and D, you can actually just walk up the side. I get the from the slow fall. I go up a certain amount. Get the ruby. Here I do the bunny hopping again. Then I go 3 up again. I think it was 3 up, and then there's the other ruby, the gem or whatever. So gives you momentum. If you go down places like this, it'll give you momentum. And then what I want to do is hop on this eyeball's head, or the plant head, or whatever the hell you want to call it. This next trick is usually the first run killer of the run. It's pretty much the speed run. Let me see if anybody said anything just yet. No, we're good. You use a speed potion. I set myself up. Use a speed potion. Get the slow fall out. I look up, and then I go towards the wall, and then right when I hit a certain part of the wall, I kind of move over with my mouse to the left side, and I use the speed potion, slow fall, and then I look over at the same time, and then you just hold the space bar to mantle up. Then use the speed potion when you're done there. Okay, that's the first run killer. But yeah, stay kind of closer to the wall. Then once you kind of go up more, towards like once you're near the top, when you're about to kind of let go, or not let go, when you're about to like launch off, you use the slow fall and move your mouse over to the left a little bit. Not like a whole lot. This part I'm just kind of making sure I do everything optimized right here to kind of save time. Not a whole lot going on. I'm going to have to pull my sword out in a second and then take out icicles. So I'd pull it out just so I make sure, I don't want to pull it out right when I get there, because then it's going to take more time. So I pull it out, and so I'm able to still walk, and then by the time I have it out, then I can swing. More bunny hopping to save time by kind of gaining momentum. Not too bad. Like I said, there's still a lot of things that can be quicker. There's no major mistakes, which is good, but there's a lot of little mistakes that can be kind of saved. You hit forward, and then right when you hit forward, split second after, you hit the space bar to not mantle up that. This little jump right here, you can drop off, and you can hit the one I just landed on, just right there, to a point where you can actually like bump off of it and gain speed, and that's what I tried doing, but it didn't work. This right here, when you mantle up, look down and over to the right, like almost like a kind of half circle, to make sure you don't have to mantle up that little ledgy thingy. Opening the doors, there's some guards talking shit, which is funny. Coming out here, another run killer, jumping off. That was a little closer than usual. Usually I kind of get a little bit further out, but that's fine. I've only filled it like very few times out of all the times I've done it. Like very, very few. But that's the second run killer. Just making sure you get your angle proper and just jump and hold it down to mantle. There's a lot of mantling in this one, by the way. I'm going to jump up here and then jump again to go into the building so I don't have to mantle in there. Jump. And then sometimes I'll like that time it almost feels like you fall off, but you want to alert that guard in there. Sometimes when you jump off, that guard will get alerted and might maybe body block you. Even sometimes it'll body block me there. Jumping up here, what's going to happen is you want to make sure you're kind of closer to the inside and making sure you jump kind of a little bit later because sometimes you might fall down. Well, I've done it probably a few times a while back. You just need to grab her purse. You don't actually necessarily need to knock them out. I mean, it helps just so they don't body block you. What I did just there was going forward, angling myself a little bit, jumping on the ledge so I don't mantle up it. The less mantling I need to do with, getting up on places, the better. Of course, parties, there's a lot of mantling, and I feel like there's a lot of places where you can kind of die kind of quick, especially for anybody new that's doing it. The vents, what you got to do is, you can go straight or W and A or W and D, but make sure you use your mouse so you don't get stuck, because you're going to have to kind of guide yourself. This next part, the frog glitch. So it's like a frog, you hit okay, so what you're going to do is drop off straight, go look all the way down, right when you hit the frog glitch, just flick your fucking mouse, like as hard, pretty hard, to the other direction that'll happen. Walk all the way up this, hit W and D, then you hit W and A when you drop off, and then hold jump to mantle up that other spot. That can be another run killer. It's a little bit dangerous of a strat, but it works. That robot's apparently floating off the ground for some reason, so this next part, I jumped from one. I threw a frog egg up there. I don't even look at where I'm landing. Most of the time I've made it. There's a few times where I haven't. The reason why I throw that frog up there is to alert the archer. Like I said earlier, the archers, if they're gonna body block you in a doorway like that one right there, you're done. You're not done. You're just gonna lose a lot of time. So archer's not there. Perfect. You lose a little bit of time on another spot. Very minimal, but I think it's probably worth it. And if you have enough health, you can just use both heal potions when you drop off. So this next part, I'm going to be using an invis potion to hitting a secret button to open a secret compartment, which you can get stuck in if you go too far in. That's why I try to stay as far out of it as I can. Grab all three of those. Grab the guy's key. Leave the door open. Get my lockpick out, my handy-dandy lockpick. You have to use that one and the square one after. I'm trying to over to the left side more because I want to get as far over as I can just to highlight the book and get out of there as quick as possible. Locking that door so the robot behind me does not come out and body block me, because it will body block you if you don't lock that door. I learned the hard way. Going up to the last level. Open these doors when you're almost all the way stopped. That's what I would try to say. Shoot that arrow when you're stopped. Hit the second floor and then grab the key from her. You jump because you want that civilian alerted, so he runs, so you can hit him like that and grab his gold. Sorry if I'm going too quick. I'm trying to do two things at once. Commentate and also do the time splits. I try to jump here like that to try to get that guard alerted as soon as possible, because if he's out of the doorway, the easier it is for me to get in there as opposed to trying to dodge his damn attack. And also after I get out, then there'll be, I don't think there's any guards on me on this one. I don't think. Grabbing the gold. You have to make sure to grab the gold without grabbing the frickin' serving tray. So yeah. Open here, walk straight off. Like I said, don't look down right away. Look down, boom, frog, done. You just, that was a little early, by the way. I did a little bit early, which is fine. Got a little caught up here, not too bad. Trying to, oh, and then this jump right here, I messed up because if you actually uncrouch, move back a little bit, and then go forward and do that, I wouldn't actually have actually failed that, the first mantle. The mantling's kind of, it's interesting. You just have to get used to it. But once you get used to it, you're fine. So that wasn't too bad overall. You usually use the second frog egg, or when you have two frog eggs, you can use that other one there. If you have two or more like plates or frog eggs in your inventory, then you can do that little safe fall glitch. But if you don't, you can't. Going off the map here, making sure you mantle up that. I've fallen off it several times. There's two invisible walls you have to watch out for when you're doing this trick. Landing there. I jump again. And it took me about a half hour of consistent, like, save state grinding out the frickin' to get it down consistently. There's a secret where you hit the telescope. I know where that fire arrow is. I do that. Shoot that fire arrow at at a certain spot to make sure both of those boards go, because there's sometimes where both of the boards will not actually blow up. And that's happened to me, actually, more often than it should have. There's my last frog egg. I just used it on her just because it's whatever. Alright, and that's party pretty much. I'm hoping my commentating is not too bad. This is my second time ever doing it, so I'm trying to get as much stuff in there as possible. I failed to get both of those pretty quick, so normally I can knock her out or at least not get damage taken from her, which is very good because I need to make sure that I don't get any damage taken because I'm not sure what to expect on this next part. So I drop everything I can, just don't want to use anything. The least I have in my inventory, the better. The less the better. I have this thing watch me. I go over to the side and go back. The reason why I do that is because there's a noise up there that the guards will get alerted to, and they'll go towards it. Once they're going towards it, they can kind of go wherever they want from there. So I want the noise over that way. That's why I do the broadhead too. There's a guard right above me that can possibly see me. That's why I pull out the fire arrow there. Aim the fire arrow kind of more towards the left side of it, because that way it can still hit and it's a lot safer. So more towards the left side of that door. A lot of stuff I'm talking about at once. I used to get body blocked over here outside this door by the archers. That's why I do that new strat with the broadhead and the camera and stuff. Apparently knocking a mech bot with a blackjack it will stun them. These bots are made of plastic apparently. Use the peg here, going down. Okay, so yeah, so that alarm that sounds off with the two archers, the later the better is what I've found out for me. And then using that broadhead too to really make sure that noise is over there, so they investigate back towards that way and not see me, so I don't get damage or they don't body block me. Or alert the other archer. Okay. Because there's 3 archers in total, which I don't like archers. They're bad news. Dropping it in the water. There's a Cetus amicus. Yeah, on the first commentary I did, I messed up the time, and I didn't realize how much I was going to be talking. Drop down here, go in the dark. I take a second longer than I should have, but it's fine because it makes it more safe to make sure that mech bot doesn't see me. Not that seeing me is going to make it a little bit more riskier. Let's just go with that. It's just going to make it really risky. I might go back and try to optimize and see if it sees me, if it's going to turn out bad or what's going to happen, to see if I can just blow through that area. But if I do, it's only going to save like a second, maybe a second probably. So far everything is really good with the run, except for, here, I jump up there, then I jump up there not to mantle up there. Going up here, I go up here as fast as possible so this guard doesn't see me. Normally he's going the other way, so he doesn't alert that guard who body blocks me and usually loses me time or even kills me or ruins my run. But yeah, use this run, like I said, no major mistakes, but there's a lot of little things to be optimized on, which is, I'm not sure how much more I can save on with the little stuff and everything. I'm going to assume 20 to 30 seconds. But I don't know exactly how much, but I would say about around there. Go inside there, read the book under the water, come back up here. I jump on this railing here, and I try to jump off the railing I think it might save time. I'm not sure. That door is usually it was open for me that time. It doesn't matter if it isn't or isn't because I can usually, as I mantle up, I can usually open it anyways. Sometimes the archer, when I'm in the water as I'm mantling up, will actually hit me and I'll fall back in the water. The dum-dum's still watching the rocks over there, which is fine because it makes it easier for me. I'm gonna do stop real slight quick and then grab flashbang for the next part for my little run. Normally there's a archer there, that's why my blackjack up. Okay, there's not there, good. But my little part of the run is I use well, we'll see it. I don't grab the cargo keys. I use a flashbang here. I knock him out, grab his key, open the door, grab the rust thingy, the canister, use a speed potion to maximize it. Before I was using the speed potion without the flashbang to knock that dude out, and my speed potion was not being optimized. Open this door because there's a guard behind me. Do not go in the door. Lean forward into the door. Grab the book. You can actually lean forward to a little bit further if you're like on something. It's so weird. Look away from the ladder so you don't mantle on it. All right. And then we shall use the cargo key. And then there we go. Okay, let's do this. Okay. All right, so this is going to be a little bit of a different route than some other people do. In the end, it saves a little bit. It's kind of riskier, but I grabbed the old crate to make sure I make a lot of noise right here in this area, so they look at me, so she sees me, and then when she sees me, I get the invis potion out, use it. She's running towards me. There's my fail blackjack. Grab the key, and then I grab the, what I need here: the invis, heal, mine that I'm gonna use later, and then read the book. Opening these doors, you can't open the doors right next to it. You have to open it at a certain distance. Most of the time, if I do that quick enough, this will happen where there's no guards on me. I won't get body blocked, and everything is nice. And I still have 2 health potions and full health, which I usually normally don't use. Maybe use one of them. All right, so I use one there because I know I'm not going to use it. After you grab freaking Cavador, you're good. And there's Archer there, and I think there's 2. You'll see me jumping up these upper spots because I'm trying to save time, like when you're jumping bunny hopping down, which I think it saves time. Try to knock that guard out. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. That guard I tried to hit. Oh god, this is a mouthful, dude. A lot of stuff. There's a guard up here I'm going to knock out who has a heal potion, so if you need another heal potion, great, right there. I couldn't knock him out because, well, he was right there. You have to hit that one. You have to go off of that wooden post, by the way, to mantle up a bit. Drop a mine on the upper part, because a lot of the times I'll get 2 guards there instead of 1. I'm not sure if it's random or not, but it's more consistent, so I just started doing it. This time I got 1. Here we go with the mine and fire arrow again. Go in the door as quick as possible because you don't want the door's time to close, so you have to grab Cavador as quick as possible. You can just use 2 mantles there. Sometimes, before I was using 3 at those little part right there. Grab his key, grab him, go out that door. Sometimes they'll fall near you and you'll save a little bit more time. What else is there? No one's body blocked me just yet. I'll do a little bunny hop down here. I decided to go to the left side of him because I feel like that was a safer bet. This guy kind of body blocks the shit out of me. I didn't know which way he was going to go, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to kind of go a couple of different ways to see. 1 guard killed by the mine arrow, or the mine arrow. Nice. The mine. Jeez. Can't even freaking talk about. This next part, you actually can lose a few people in the dark. If they hit you as you're kind of like fumbling to get your ground and kind of get moving again, they'll try to hit you and they'll lose a little bit of they'll create distance between you. And sometimes I'll have no guards on me at this point. And the only guard will be the next guard up here. Sometimes I'll get like 1, other times I'll have like a bunch. This guard right here, one time I was going over to the left side and he knocked me towards the wall. It was up on that ledge, the ramp all the way towards the wall. And I think it was because I was already going that direction. So he knocked me plus Cavador up on there with 1 hand. Just it was pretty crazy. So normally you won't get hit as long as you keep moving. The only times you might get hit is if you kind of stagger like upstairs, or if you're going upwards on something, they might hit you. Sometimes they'll swing and miss, and you'll kind of lose them. So The next level is interesting. I filled on it before I actually knew what was going on. I'm going to explain what I did, and I'm going to explain what I'm going to do next time. So jump over that little thingy. Drop the body after you hear the second dingy little thingy, the objective complete, and there you go. Okay. Right here, I grab this crate. Not to make noise, you want to make as least noise as possible here. Throw it down there, jump up here. And then you want to, I stop here to have my gem not seen to do that. I might come up, right when I mantle up, throw the noisemaker arrow there, throw the vine arrow right away, and just fucking go. And see how that works for me, because sometimes my gem will be a little bit lit, and sometimes that guard in the back will see me, and then he will come after me. You don't need to mantle up this, by the way, so you do up here, jump, and then I'll go all the way up the arrow, then jump over to the left side, and you shouldn't have to mantle. Real quick, let me explain the crate thing. So when you throw the crate on the ground at the very start, I go on the crate a tiny bit back, and I can jump up and towards the left side and still be able to mantle. So even if you're a little bit further away from it, if you jump up and towards the left side, you should be able to grab it. Alright, so I do moss arrows so no one hears me. Use a speed potion when that guy leaves. Speed potion's a little bit late, but that's fine. The noisemaker arrows so no one sees you as, distractions. I crouch so I don't get caught. Because that's like marble, whatever, it's freaking like marble, so you can clack on that and actually lose and fail the mission, which sucks, which happened to me a few times too. Mantling up here, opening this, nothing special. I might try to see if I can throw a moss arrow on top of the window next time, because I have enough time where I'm just waiting there for that one guard to go by with the speed potion, so I might try that next time. Leave the door open the door I should say, wait till that guy goes in a little bit further. Trying to cut a little bit of corners to save more time here. Dropping off here on this guy's head at a certain point to push myself forward, which I kind of did a little bit. Grabbing all the gold. Grabbing all the gold. When I mantle up on this wall right here, just go straight forward. Don't try to, I probably might try to use WA or WD later, but you can actually fall off that and you have to remantle up and stuff. I close these doors so the archer doesn't see me or get to me. You see me leaning forward, opening doors, grabbing gold, grabbing keys, leaning forward a lot of the time, saving much time. Flash banging this guy and this bowman if he's behind me. Excuse me. I lean forward here, hit the clock 3 times for that door to open. I try to just do it as far away from the clock as possible so I can get in that door quicker. I'll grab the gold and then I'll go up 1, or I think it's 2, to grab the flashbang. If this guard's here, flashbang him. If he's not, don't. Pull my arrow back, throw 2 frogs, wait a tiny bit of a second, like a certain interval of time, look down a tiny bit, and then shoot the broadhead. I did everything there perfect except that first switch I did not need to grab, which was pointless, so I'm not doing that my other run. I don't know why I did it. I was a habit. Another secret door you can get caught up on. Go in just a tiny bit, go back out. Mantle up here, as far up as you can go. Grabbing gold, about to use a vine arrow. Sometimes the mech bot will come in here, and that can be kind of a pain. So yeah. Mantling up on there. The mantling is a little bit, like I said, the mantling you just have to get used to. I guess is the best way to put it. Which is not, it's not too bad. You just have to kind of make sure you know what the physics are on it. Dropping off, grabbing all the gold. I want to jump on that vine arrow before, oh damn it, I didn't even grab it. There we go, okay. Grab on it before I grab the last piece of gold, because I don't want to lose health and bounce around with a crazy trap. Fire arrow, throw the frog egg first, pull the fire arrow back, boom, open that door. That robot will shoot a bomb at you even when it's behind that thing, so it does, you're fine, just hide behind it. You have 2 flashbangs, so if you need to use one there, that's fine. You can use one here. I just use both there just because use my invis potion as late as possible, because I don't know. Use the invis potion. It doesn't hurt. It can't hurt at all. It's just gonna help. My blackjack is already back here, by the way, to smack on the window. So there you go. When I'm invis, I'm gonna open that as soon as possible. Okay, that was the last one. So whatever we end with right here is we're good. So I wait here to hear that something that oh my god. Oh, hold on. Okay, no we're good there. What was I gonna say? Oh, the speed potion glitch. So you wait for an audio cue, and then you hit the save state, reload it up, use a speed potion, and now you have an infinite speed potion. It's like a little squeak. Um, he says something about Garrett, are you not? And then right after that, there's like a high squeak, and then I can't believe I don't remember it. And then you hit the save state right after that, like right when you hear that squeaking, the high pitched noise or whatever, right before that, right after he says, "Are you not?" Grab all the stuff I need to do in there. 2 fire arrows to the door opens it. Drop a flash bomb so that the robot doesn't hit me. Um, and then what else? Getting ready for the next, setting myself up for the next part right now. Trying to go through as much of the stuff as I can, as quick as possible. And I'm getting a lot of it down, which is good. Just the basics, not going in depth with stuff. Might be missing like a few things here and there. Mantle up here, which I did properly, improperly, sorry, but normally I do it properly. And then you run forward, wait a second before you hit jump again so you can mantle up that other part. If you block it, it stops, you can grab it. I use a steel plate here so the robots are not in that corner anymore. If you use a frog egg, they will be there. Alright, drop the steel plate, drop the other thing in there, the signal bowl, whatever. Grab it, off you go to Bay D, which is the hardest. I feel like it's the hardest part. And then, what else is there? Yeah, that's pretty much about it there. Yeah, steel. I use steel plates at certain points now, and frog eggs when I'm doing the dropping. Sometimes there's a robot there, sometimes there's not, by the way. If on the towers, noisemaker, flashbang to get those guys going in that other direction. Dropping stuff here at a certain angle. The reason why I have that gauge going is because I can hit up once and there's the node right away. Get set up for right there. I was very close to falling there, using W and A to kind of go over. Not mantling. You actually not mantle, but it's a riskier for sure. Trying to get myself set up to where I'm not mantling on anything, and then going over there, hitting the button, off I go. Not save stating this. Oh, I did save state or did I not? I think I did. Um, to describe that, I'm gonna wait until I'm done with a few parts, that Bay D trick. This right here, you want to go more to the right side and then kind of straighten out a little bit to not mantle on that. Let me wait to explain the Bay D trick, because it's gonna, honestly, sometimes I don't even get it consistently and I don't even know how or why it happens, but I've been getting more consistently the more I practice, the more I do it. This next part, you stop right here. This is one Jin's trick, just a more advanced version. You mantle up there. Sometimes it's hard. Use the the slow fall to mantle up on there and there. So use the slow fall to mantle up both of those. What else is there? Look away from here to use the frog. So normally what I'll do is I'll use the frogs in like the towers, and if there's if there's a chance or possibility of a bot passing, I will not use the frog because then they'll investigate that area, and I don't want them doing that. Right here, all I do is I go the fastest route straight to it, hit the button because I know I'm not going to die. Let me try to explain the Beiji trick right now that I did. The jump. That was my little thing that I thought of, and it was hard. It took me kind of a long time to get it down consistently. The first time was actually a fluke in my actual first run. I was like, holy shit. But I practiced it a little bit, not too much. But what you do is you go up kind of almost at like an angle. So like either like almost like a half circle or like even starting at the other side and kind of going up like from like maybe left to right at angling off. You jump off the top of it and then you kind of use your mouse to kind of look quickly to the right direction, the actual right direction. And there's the plate trick, like you do the frog trick, by the way. It's the same thing. It's just you're dropping a plate instead of a frog. The frog, you kind of bounce a little bit. With those, you don't. You can actually, if you drop it and you go fast enough, or falling at a certain speed, you can actually, it'll straighten out. You can pick it up when you're free falling, and you'll fall down onto the platform and still have an extra plate. I missed the mantle there, which is fine. Going back to the Bay D trick in 1 second. Water arrow here. hit the button from behind, knock out the bot, mantle up, boom, and it doesn't hit the ground. And you mantle up, and then there you go. Um, so the BD trick, the rest of it, that's as best as I can express. If you're on the wall, you won't mantle up. If you're too far away, you'll just fly out. You have to be at a certain. It's it's kind of awkward. Just make sure you get like it's not like a perfect thing, but there's room for error. Of course, I tried doing this and grabbing it again. I threw the other one down like an idiot. Um, what was I gonna say? I dropped that too late, by the way, or too early, so that's why I lost health. I could have actually grabbed the frog egg, and it would have been faster than picking that one up. There's another frog egg up here, by the way, near the other bot, near the last tower. I grabbed a flashbang and a slow fall in those boxes, by the way. Flashbang him. Mantle up in a certain spot. You can actually go all the way through there. Opening that for later. Last part, I'm going to talk about Bay D briefly, just a little bit more, and that's about it. So pretty much what I described was Bay D. Kind of angling off a little bit, getting a kind of a quicker flick of the mouse, I guess, and then make sure you mantle up on the one spot. The reason why I flick the mouse kind of quicker is because I don't want to be on the wall. So I kind of get away from the wall, and I use my mouse to adjust me of where I need to be. And I land on that. I don't land on the pipes, I land on that platform. And then after that, I land on the platform, I jump again right away, and then there I go. Going over here, there's a frog egg right there. There's two of them actually. So if I didn't try to pick up that platform, the plate, and I grabbed the frog egg, that would have been quicker than actually waiting a second for the elevator to drop for me to actually highlight and pick up the plate. So that would have been quicker. There's a little. Don't drop your second frog egg in there. I did it and it screwed up the elevator, and it slowed it down. Jump. I've never had a problem with that ever. That mantle kind of looks a little scary. It's not. I never missed it. I stop right there for a split second. I use W and I do W D, and then I switched to W and A, I think later, or vice versa, because I want to stop and then make sure I hit the pillar instead of flying off in the other direction, where that fire was in the dark area with the three guards. Fire arrows, make sure the fire arrows hit the same door, by the way, if they're double doors, because if they don't, then you're going to have to pick lock it. It happened to me on this door, and it happened to me on the previous door, too, on a few of my runs, which sucked. Flashbangs are out because, there's that one right there. Those guys are usually never there. And then at the very end, there may be like one or two robots that are a lot less dangerous now that I used a plate. So the frog's not there, so he's not blowing up bots and investigating. So this whole area is clear now. You just dropped the last flash bomb just to make sure that other robot didn't shoot at me, even though I have enough health. And 53:21, 59 plus 40.43 seconds. So that is what? That's pretty much 53 minutes and 22 seconds is what we're going to go with. So plus, what is it? Let me just, 59. Yeah, so 59 plus 4, Jesus. So let's just go 60 plus 40. That's 53:22:02. 53:21:02 is the final time. I'm adding the 0.43 seconds on running interference because Jake's was 0.43 seconds when he hit the start button, then he stopped it for the loading, and then he started again. So when it started the loading, it was 0.43 seconds. So I just decided to add that in there at the very end. So 53:22:02 is what the final time was on this. So 53:22 without the loads in the game. So that's how we're doing things from now on. Okay, good. No one was really talking, which was good because couldn't really respond to a whole lot of chat. So that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna make that a highlight. And this commentary was a lot better than last game. There's a lot to talk about during the run, so it probably wasn't the best commentary, but I did the best I can with trying to get the timing right. Okay, so